everybody, it's Teresa. Welcome to my channel. I'm going to make another necklace, bracelet, and pair of earrings out of the most recent bargain bead box, the Art Deco Luxe collection. I've already made 5 necklaces, 4 pairs of earrings, and a bracelet. And so this will make it 6 necklaces, 5 pairs of earrings, and 2 bracelets. So that's 13 pieces of jewelry out of one box. So I really do believe this is a really good value. And this will be the last thing I'll be making out of this box, because this is absolutely everything I have left out of the box. So this will go in my bead soup. If you're not familiar, Bargain Bead Box is a monthly subscription of beads and findings. It's $19.49 a month, and that includes shipping in the United States. They have beautiful beads and findings, and it's always curated around a different theme each month. And if you're a subscriber to the Bargain Bead Box, you get a 30% off coupon code to use in their sister store, Bead Box Bargains, and they already have great prices. I have a coupon code. It's Teresa2, and I'll put it on the screen here and in the description box below, along with a link to the page to sign up for the subscription if you're interested. The coupon code will save you $2 off your first box if you sign up. I have the 8mm glass pearl beads. It says they're teal green. I don't really see that as a teal green. It's a very pretty green, but I don't really see it as a teal green. But these are the 6x4mm crystal faceted rondelle beads in jet gold. These are some spacers from my stash. These are some findings. I've got a couple of pieces of the chain that came in the box, some jump rings, an extender chain, one of the little rondelle beads I'm going to hang off the extender chain as a dangle, a ball head pin to do that with, a couple of 2x2 crimp tubes, and a couple of wire guardians. This is what I'm going to use for the earrings. It's 2 of the glass beads and 2 of the rondelles and a few bead caps from my stash and a couple of ball head pins and a couple of eye pins and a couple of ear wires. And then this is what I'm using for the bracelet. It's the glass 8mm glass beads, a couple of the rondelles, a few spacers from my stash, a piece of the chain that came in the box, 2 2x2 crimp tubes and 2 wire guardians, and then I have the 16x18mm 18-karat gold-plated brass swirled teardrop toggle clasp, and I have the only one left of the 17x11mm stainless steel open teardrop charm. I have my soft flex beading wire in fine. This is 21 strand and it's bronze, but like I said in that last video, it doesn't really matter what color your bead stringing wire is, because once you get all the beads on there, you're not going to be able to see the wire. So you could use any color you want. I've got my bead stoppers. I use the Bead-A-Lon crimp tubes. I have my chain nose pliers and my tweezer pliers. The tweezer pliers are Xuron. I've got both pairs of my, I dropped one. Both pairs of my bent chain nose pliers. These are, I got these from BB Craft years ago, and these are the little new little glitter line ones that I just got. I've got my round nose pliers that I got from BB Craft many years ago, and my crimpers, they're Bead-A-Lon. And I've got both pairs of my cutters, they're Xuron. I use one pair for bead stringing wire and the other pair for head pins and eye pins and craft wire. And I have my little New Orleans shot glass to put my wires in when I cut them off. I really only need him when I think probably when I do the dangle for the extender chain, and then when I do the earrings. I think that's everything. So hold on and I'll get some of this out of the way and I'll be back. Okay, I've got my beads poured out here, and this is going to be a really, really simple stringing project. I'm worried y'all are going to get bored with me because I keep coming up with such simple, simple projects. I'm going to do a spacer bead and one of the rondelle beads and a spacer bead. Then I'm just going to do one of the green beads. and then another spacer, rondelle, spacer, that's what I've got so far. Now I'm going to do 3 of the green beads. Spacer, rondelle, spacer, then 3 more of the green beads. Spacer, rondelle, spacer, then I'm going to do 5 of the green beads. Then a spacer, rondelle, and a spacer, then 3 more of the green beads, spacer, rondelle, spacer, 3 more of the green beads, spacer, rondelle, spacer, and then 5 of the green beads. And these 5 green beads are going to be my center point of my necklace. So let's see. That's what I've got so far. And now I'm going to do from here all the way up here again on this side, the same exact pattern. And when I get that strung up, I'll be back. Okay, this is what I got now. It's just really, really simple. Now I'm going to crimp one side here. And take my crimp tube, put it on here. Take my wire guardian, put the wire through one channel of the wire guardian, come back down and take my wire back through the other channel. Back through the crimp tube. Make sure to keep your wires from being crossed. Try to hold them apart. I like to tuck my little crimp tube in, my little wire guardian in just a little bit. I'm going to try to hold my wire apart and go into the, you take my crimping pliers and use the second part there that has the little half circle on one side and a little notch on the other side. I'm going to lay my crimp in there and try to hold the wires apart. Try to keep them from getting crossed. Keeps wanting to flip around on me. Now make sure there's no wire sticking out of the top of the little wire guardian there. And squeeze. And that puts each wire in its own little channel there. I'm going to go into the top part of the crimping pliers that just has the little half circles on each side. I'm going to lay my crimp in there and squeeze and fold my crimp. Now I'm going to tug. That's good. So now I'm going to cut off my extra wire. Now I'm going to push all this down and get ready to crimp the other side. Now I've got everything pushed down here, and now I'm going to crimp the other side. And I'm going to take my wire guardian, my crimp tube, and then my wire guardian. Come back down the other channel of the wire guardian. Go back through the crimp tube. And I always try to go back through a bead or two on this side, because it's harder to crimp on this side because everything's in the way. The beads are in the way and your hands are in the way, and if I can get through a bead or two, I can at least get my hands out of the way when I'm pulling the stuff through. When I'm trying to crimp, my hands will be down here instead of up there at the crimp. Okay, now I'm just going to grab my wire and hold my wire guardian and pull my wire through. Try to make sure it's not crossed. I want to make sure I don't have any slack in my piece, but I don't want it to be real stiff either, because I want it to be able to drape well. I'm going to tuck my little wire guardian in like I did on the other side. I'm going to take my crimping pliers and go into that second part again. And lay my crimp in there. Squeeze. Turn it around, go into the first part of the crimpers. Lay my crimp in there and squeeze and fold my crimp. I'm going to tug. That's good. So now I'm going to cut off my extra wire. I think it might be time to get a new pair of cutters. Oh no, I'm using the wrong pair. I'm not using my sharp pair. That's why it wouldn't cut. There we go. I left a little piece that time. Let me see if I can get that off. Yeah, there we go. Okay. That's what I got now. Now I'm going to get ready to put my findings on. Okay, I've got a couple of pieces of chain here. They're about 2 inches each. I'm going to take one of my jump rings. This is a 5mm jump ring. I'm going to open it up. Thread one side of my necklace on. And my chain. Close my jump ring back. Make sure to get it closed really well. I'm going to do this on the other side. I'm going to take a 5mm jump ring. Thread on the other side of my necklace. And the other piece of chain. Close it up. I'm going to go down here to the other end of my chain, and I'm going to take another 5mm jump ring. Open it up. Thread on my other side of my chain. Well, there we go. And then my lobster clasp. Close that up. Now I have a little bit bigger jump ring here. This is a 8mm. Put it through this end of my chain. I'm going to put my extender chain on here. Close it up. Now, that's what I've got. Now I'm going to make a little dangle to go on my extender chain. Take my ball head pin, my little rondelle bead, take my pliers. I'm going to go to the tip of the pliers, bend at a 90-degree angle over the pliers. Take my round nose pliers, put them in the crook of the bend, round nose pliers facing me. Bend the wire back till it hits the bead. Rotate the pliers till they're facing the table. Hold really tight. Take this part and push it up here until it hits the bottom of the tool. Cock it back until the loop is centered over the bead. Like that. Now I'm going to open up my ring, my loop, and thread on my extender chain. And then close my loop. Then take both pairs of my bent chain nose pliers, and I'm going to hold my loop with one of them. Hold really tight so it doesn't get out of shape. I'm going to take the other pair of bent chain nose pliers and start wrapping. Hold my chain back out of the way here. Try to get that first wrap good and tight. Just keep wrapping until there's no more room to wrap. Now I'm going to cut off my extra wire. I'll take my crimping pliers and go in that part on the end that just has the little circular part and tuck in my little burr that's left from where I cut my chain off. my wire. Okay, so that's what I got now. For my necklace. Now I'm going to get my stuff together and make my bracelet. Okay, now I'm going to string up my bracelet here. I'm going to do 3 of my green beads, a spacer bead, a rondelle bead, a spacer bead, five of my green beads, spacer bead, rondelle bead, spacer bead, 3 more of my green beads, so that's what I got now. So I'm going to just crimp this. I'm going to do it off camera because I'm going to do it exactly like I did the necklace, and then I'll be back. Okay, this is what I've got now, and I've got a little piece of chain here. It's about 2.5 inches long. I got a 5mm jump ring. I'm going to put one side of my bracelet on here, and I've got my little charm here already. I've already got a 5mm jump ring on it, so I'm going to put it on there, and then I'm going to put my chain on here. It doesn't want to go on there. There it goes. I'm going to close it back up. I'm going to take another 5mm jump ring. And my toggle bar. Take another 5mm jump ring and put on the other end of my bracelet and my toggle loop. Well, there's my little bracelet. Now I'm going to get my stuff together and make a little pair of earrings. Okay, I'm going to make a little pair of earrings here. So I got a ball head pin. Of course, you don't have to have a ball head pin. You use a regular head pin. I'll put my bead cap on. My green bead, another bead cap. I'm going to take my pliers and go to the tip of my pliers, bend my wire over the tip of the pliers at a 90-degree angle, around those pliers in the crook of the bend, around those pliers facing me, bend the wire back until it hits the bead, rotate the pliers till they're facing the table, hold on real tight and take this part up and under here till it hits the bottom of the tool, cock it back until the loop is centered over the bead. Take my bent chain nose pliers, hold on really tight, take my other pair of bent chain nose pliers and start wrapping. Make sure to get that first wrap really good and tight. Just keep wrapping till there's no more room to wrap. I'll take my cutters and cut off the extra wire. I cut it without cutting into my bead cap. There we go. Then I'm going to take my crimping pliers and tuck in my little burr. Now I'm going to take my eye pin and open it up, thread on my little dangle, close up my eye pin, I'm going to take my rondelle bead and put it on here, and I'm going to go just a little bit above the bead so I don't crack my bead. Bend my pin over at a 90-degree angle. I'm going to cut off and leave about 1/4 of an inch of the pin there. I'm going to take my round nose pliers, go to the very tip of the wire, make sure there's no wire sticking out on this side, and start to rolling back a loop. Be sure to get your loop closed up really well. Okay, now I'm going to take my ear wire, open it up, thread on my earring, close it back up. Well, there's my little earring. So I'm going to make the other one off camera and then I'll be back. Okay, there we go. The last set that I'll be making out of the Bargain Bead Box Art Deco Luxe collection, because I'm all out of beads. But I've made 13 pieces of jewelry. So, like I said, I do believe it to be of a really good value. And if you're not a subscriber and you decide you want to be, that coupon code will save you $2 off your first box. I hope y'all have enjoyed this video. As always, thank you all so much for joining me today. I really appreciate those of you who have subscribed to my channel and watched my videos and liked and commented on my videos. I have a website where I sell my jewelry. It's Teresa's Handmade Jewelry, and I'll put a link to it in the description box below in case you're interested, along with a link to my Facebook and Instagram and my email. If you haven't, I'd really love it if you'd subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're notified when I upload a new video. So until next time, I hope you all have a great day. Take care.